High school football recruits are leaving millions of dollars on the table in scholarship money because they don't understand this one concept about how to actually get recruited to play at the D1 level. But first off, why should you listen to me? I'm Jacob Hansen. I'm a Division One linebacker, and my job is to help serve high school football recruits looking to play at that next level by transforming their 40-yard dash to make them an actually recruitable athlete. And I want to show you some of the guys I've done this exact thing with to help take them to the next level. So my man Drew Zinkel dropped 0.21 off his 40 at 50 to his bench and 105 to his back squat. So just a crazy transformation in just 10 weeks. And the fact is, we got him so fast, he actually became a collegiate sprinter. Then for my man Kali, he needed to bulk up, gained 19 pounds, took 0.22 off of his 40 and 0.24 off of his 5.10.5 in just 15 weeks. And now he's going to be getting the opportunity to walk on at Power 4 University of Minnesota. For my man Luke White, he dropped 0.12 off of his 40. He added 6 pounds of muscle, and he got 8 offers. So he's going to have a ton of tough decision making that he needs to make in a little bit here when he gets to choose a school. But that's a great problem to have. And then for my other man, Luke Strother, he dropped 0.22 off his 40, 6 inches on his vert, and 7 inches on his broad, and has been picking up some serious Division I interests. For my man Danny, he gained 23 pounds, had to bulk up, and he still dropped time off his 40. He dropped 0.08 off his 40 and put 120 pounds on his back squat, and that is in just 10 weeks. And now he's playing at D1 FCS UIW. It's actually where Cam Ward used to play. So why am I showing you this? Because all these guys took their recruitment to the next level because of this one concept, dropping their 40-yard dash. So I want to show you something here. Let's look at these two guys. Get Strong Jacob, Loki used to be me, and Scholarship Speed Shane. And we're going to look at who's actually going to get recruited more. So a 585 back squat, pretty damn impressive, 335 bench, and a 5'1", 40. Scholarship Speed Shane, 375 squat, 255 bench, not crazy on either of those, but a legit 4'5", 40. So the question is, who's actually going to get recruited more? Let me tell you this, it's not going to be Jim Strong Jacob. It is going to be Scholarship Speed Shane every day. He is the man who's going to get recruited because of this number right here, a 4'5", 40-yard dash versus a 5'1". It doesn't matter what position you play, but you need to be fast. Because the matter of the fact is that college coaches, the strength and conditioning programs there are elite. They're going to be able to put probably 100 pounds on his squat, 50 pounds on his bench press in his first year there. And now he is just as fast, running a 4'5", but he's strong as hell. But we look at Jacob here, he runs a 5'1". He's not going to get much faster. That's simply what college strength and conditioning, it's not really about getting you faster. It's about putting weight on your frame and getting you stronger. And he already had that covered. And I'm saying this is me because this is the exact situation I used to be in. Didn't have these crazy of numbers, but I back squatted 495 pounds. I benched 295 pounds, and I ran a 4'9", 40. So I was a little more in the middle, but I was still too slow. And it wasn't until I was able to drop 0.3 seconds off my 40 after my junior year that I was able to actually go D1. Before then, I went to literally every camp under the sun. I consistently ran a 4'9" and sometimes a 5'0" at these camps, and no college coaches cared whatsoever. It's because I was slow as hell. My numbers, I could guarantee you, I was one of the strongest guys there. But on the football field, you're not throwing a bench press out there, and you're not benching 225 a bunch of times. You're actually trying to move people, and you're trying to be quick. That speed is what actually gets you on the field, and I simply didn't understand that. And then once I did, that's what really allowed me to go D1. So how is speed actually going to change your football future? Speed affects every single play you make. If you haven't figured that out yet, you've probably been living under a rock, right? Your separation, your pursuit on defense, angles, burst, and overall impact, it's crazy. And how does this actually matter? Dropping zero point 0.2 seconds off of your 40 instantly is going to make you a noticeably faster athlete on film, especially at camps as well. And it's much easier to tell in person, which is the number one thing that college coaches use to actually identify prospects. Those first 3 clips in your highlight tape need to be electric, and if they're not, simply not going to work out for you. So what role does that 40-yard dash actually play in the recruiting? College coaches are going to use that 40 to filter out who actually gets evaluated and who gets skipped. So you can think about your 40, whether it's in person at a camp. If you're not hitting the benchmark time that they want, they're not going to take a look your way. And if you look at on your film, they're going to see about where your 40 time is at based on your first 3 plays. And if it's not something where they can see that breakaway speed, that first step burst, and get a general idea of where your 40-yard dash actually is, they're just going to turn off your film and move to the next guy because they understand speed is really an innate trait that most college coaches can't actually coach up. But when you're at a younger age and in high school and you're not so focused on gaining weight and gaining strength, there's a much better chance you can actually get faster, like you saw with a lot of my athletes. And really, a 0.2 improvement moves you into the faster recruiting tier that makes your profile from now like maybe later to worth a look now. And that's all recruiting is about, to get more eyeballs on yourself. And the easiest way is being a fast athlete, having a fast 40-yard dash. So what does dropping 0.2 seconds really mean for my position? So like I said, each position has speed benchmarks, and missing them can limit your opportunities no matter how talented you are. You can be all state, but if you run a slow 40, it's not going to benefit you one bit. Think about of Orlando Brown Jr. He was a guy, he was at the NFL Combine, he was a first day pick for sure. I'm pretty sure they even project him into the top 10, and he gets out there and runs a 5.85 40 as a lineman, which was god awful. And it dropped him, I believe, down into the 3rd round. And that one number, maybe if he even just ran a 5.4 or a 5.3, not abysmal, he lost millions of dollars because of less than half of a second. Think about that. Less than half of a second cost him millions of dollars. And for you, 0.2 seconds can really be the difference between a D1 walk-on and an FBS scholarship. That's really what it can be. And a lot of times, even more so, it can be a difference from even being recruited at all and having a scholarship at any level in college, because 0.2 really does matter that much. And these are some of the exact thresholds coaches are going to see. So it kind of depends on your size. 4'7" linebacker safety, 4'6" DB wide receiver. Maybe you're a little bigger running back, linebacker, tight end, 4'8". Some of these can kind of be interchangeable down to that 4'7". But this is all it's going to do is increase your recruiting viability. You need to be someone that they see can play. They can get on the field, they can actually contribute, and that's going to be speed. So how does improved speed show up on film? So the film is really where coaches are going to decide if you are a real prospect. So 0.2 improvement creates quicker acceleration, more burst out cuts, more separation, more explosive defensive plays, better angles and pursuit speed. Coaches really notice athletes who play fast. Like, sure, they're going to notice if you maul someone every once in a while, and right, that's strength, especially if you're in the trenches. But if you're a skill position player, it really doesn't matter if you're physically manhandling other athletes. But if you can show you're quick enough to make the cut, hit the hole, go score, or fill a gap with that speed downhill, or come out of coverage into a run fit as a DB or safety, that's what college coaches are really going to see, and that's what they're actually looking for when you're trying to get recruited. They don't care if you squat 500 or 600 pounds or bench 300. They want to see that speed on your plays. So how does getting faster help me stay healthy and available? Kind of a crazy thing is, the faster you are, a lot of times you're going to start to get healthy, because injuries, is going to eliminate your reps, your film, your consistency, and most importantly, momentum. That is the biggest thing in college recruiting, and it just absolutely kills it. But you think about improving your mechanics and lowering movement stress because you actually learn how to run properly. which is also going to drop 0.2 seconds off your 40, is going to reduce injuries. Even though you're going to be applying more force because you're faster, those improved mechanics are going to help you in the long run to keep you healthier in the same exact process. So how does like dropping this actually get you real D1 opportunities? So right, coaches look for traits, and speed is the easiest one to measure and trust. Big one too is like your 100-meter time in track. Those are verified times, and if you're running an electric 100 time, that's going to get you recruited. So then how? When you become measurably faster, the entire recruiting profile levels up, right? You have better combine numbers, better film, higher production, more camp success, and more coaches contacting you. So speed is the difference maker that multiplies every other part of your game. Like you think about a back squat. A back squat, you squatting, increasing your back squat from 400 to 500 pounds. Is that going to get you better combine numbers? No. Is that going to get you better film? Maybe if you're a lineman. Are you going to have higher production? Probably not much. Are you going to have more camp success? No, because it's all speed stuff at camps. Are you going to have more coaches contact you? Not really. Right? I'm not saying it's bad, but if that's what you're focusing on this offseason, trying to put 100 pounds on your back squat versus dropping 0.2 off your 40, your headspace is completely wrong if you are looking to play at the D1 level. So how does like dropping 0.2 actually create real D1 opportunities? Let's look. So first of all, a 0.2 second improvement is the highest impact upgrade you can make. It's going to boost your speed, explosiveness. You're going to feel a lot more confident because of that speed. Your film's going to be better, and your recruiting visibility is going to go up tenfold. And how are you actually going to get this? Right, if you decide to work with me, you're going to get the exact coaching, adjustments, and the mechanics that is needed to drop 0.2 seconds off your 40-yard dash quickly in less than 90 days, that is, while keeping you healthy. And why is this important? It's because coaches look for traits, and speed is the easiest trait to measure and trust. So this has been intriguing you a little bit. How do we actually make this happen? Let's talk. So first, now you understand what dropping 0.2 seconds off your 40 actually means, because I'm sure you understood before this that it was important, but it is literally one of the sole decision makers when it comes to getting recruited. So then why? Every athlete is different, and you deserve a plan built specifically around your goals, your schedule, and your strengths and weaknesses. That is exactly what you're going to be getting when you're working with me. And how are we going to do that? You're going to get an exact step-by-step process, how we're going to coach you, how we're going to structure your training, and help you to reach that 0.2 second improvement. And that will be explained as we move forward. I'm going to be holding your hand through the entire process, and we're going to get you there. So now you understand what dropping 0.2 seconds means, how we help athletes achieve it, and why it's the biggest advantage you can get. So if this is something that intrigues you and you are serious about dropping 0.2 seconds off your 40 and you are a sophomore and up with varsity film and you have the means to go to visits when you get some junior days, you get invited out to camps. If you have the financial means, you and your family are willing to get you to those when you can. That's going to be very important for maximizing your recruiting viability. And then you 100% believe that dropping 0.2 seconds off your 40 is going to unlock another level of performance for you. Then let's book a call, because I want to work with you and help you drop that 0.2 seconds off your 40 and get you to really the next level of performance that you need to go become a D1 athlete. And if not, no worries at all. My job is just to serve you and provide value to everyone who watches this. I appreciate you watching this far, but if you really are serious about trying to get to that D1 level and you know dropping 0.2 seconds off your 40 is going to unlock every opportunity that you ever wanted, I want you to go in the description, book a call, and you're going to talk with me, and we're going to go over your exact situation, what's been holding you back from really getting the offers you want and dropping your 40-yard dash, and how we're going to make a plan to actually make that happen and get everything you truly deserve. So really appreciate your time, and I'm excited to see you on the other side.